Annie Besant. Annie Besant is a British lady and first female female president of Indian National Congress. She was president and she presided over Calcutta session in 1917. Okay, she was Theosophical, means Brahmavadi, means she believed in Indian and Buddhism religion, and that became later on. So she was born in England, and her father was from English and Irish origin, and means she was from prosperous family. Means some of one ancestor was mayor of London, so she was from prosperous family. Annie Besant. Annie Besant, her husband name was some Mr. Besant. From her, she got the second name as Besant. So Annie Besant, she was a divorcee, and she was a divorcee at the age of around 26 years. So in the very young age, she got separated from her husband. So now the Annie Besant, being a theosophical, okay, so she came to India in 1893. Then again, she came to India in 1913, and she founded many Hindu-based colleges. So she did something like she was highly motivated with Hindu culture, Buddhism culture, means Southeast Asian or Indian subcontinent culture. So she is a member of Global Theosophical Society. There was Theosophical Society in Madras also, and she was president. Around 1916, she joined and she became president, and till her death, she was president of Madras Theosophical Society. Now, in 1913, she is addressing people in India, and she is saying that there should be, means she is calling Indian freedom movement as home rule movement, means there should be home rule. Consider the word home rule. There is nothing like independence. People from India should rule the country in what fashion? The way British want. Okay, home rule doesn't mean that home way of rule. Whatever the Indian culture is, or whatever the Indian tradition is, people should live in that way. That is not the home rule. Consider the difference. There is that Indian people should live their life the way their culture is pre Britishers came or pre Mughals came, pre Muslim came, the way Indian culture used to be. People should live in that fashion. That is not the case. Home rule means if British people are sitting on the chairs, instead of that, Indian people should sit on the chair. But there should be democracy. Democracy means the whatever the definition of democracy that is going on in England, that was going on in England, member of parliament, prime minister. So that kind of hierarchy of the government should exist in India also. So home rule. Home rule means Indian people should sit on the higher chair, not the Britishers. But the way the government runs, that should be the way Britishers want as per the as per the democratic system. And there is no false, there is no kind of fishing I am seeing from Britishers' point of view, because they were the way they were earning from India. No way they wanted that their all the companies, one were like Mr. George Yule company, Andrea Yule in 1947 6. It had 57 companies, 86,000 employees at that time, when population was 1 by 5th of the Indian population now. Just think that how big companies they were running in India. So the concept what they brought in, that Indians should rule the country. They should rule the way they want, the democratic system, the system. But Indian people should sit on the chair. Means there should be proxy. That is the idea. Now, Madam Annie Besant, she is addressing the people, claiming that there should be home rule. Now, there should be a standing committee in the House of Commons in England. there should be a standing committee in the House of Commons in England. And the House of Commons in England, the standing committee should discuss about the freedom in India. How people should get freedom, that topic should be discussed. Freedom is not fetched by chasing Britishers. Freedom is received by discussing about freedom in House of Commons in England. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? That freedom in India but not received by the Indian freedom movement. The freedom was received by discussing the matter in House of Commons in England. That India should get freedom or not, in what way and to what extent. This is freedom. Okay, so she was talking as if it looks like that she was sent from England. Means I should not be kind of disambiguous here, but it looks like clear that she was sent from England. This is what it looks like. The way she is talking, that there should be a committee in House of Commons, and that committee should discuss about the freedom matter of the India. That is, she is discussing in 1930, when she is founding, establishing many Hindu-based colleges, Theosophical. Now in 1916, she established Home Rule League movement. Home Rule League movement is a sense of movement in which there is a movement where it is for the Indians to rule the country. But how they should rule, that should be decided by the British. Because Britishers, they were earning heavily from India. So they did not want to lose the reign, okay, the reign that we control, that they did not want to lose. Who want to lose the money? So messengers used to come to India, okay, like Henry Cotton or William Wedderburn. Now, Madam Annie Besant. Okay, so 1916, she founded local home rule league movement, and in 1917 she became president of Indian National Congress. No one was no one was a fit candidate for the president of the Indian National Congress, and she became president of the Indian National Congress in 1917. Okay, in 1920, it is said, it is kind of discussed that she was kind of Mahatma Gandhi ji. He started Satyagraha Andolan, Satyagraha Andolan, Satyagraha movement in 1920. Okay, Satyagraha means with honesty and with truth, we are making agra in the sense that we are making a plea that please leave the country. Okay, this way they chase the Britishers. But anyway, okay, now Madam Annie Besant. So there is a session in Lahore, that is in Pakistan now, and Madam Annie Besant, she had some kind of rift from Gandhi in a way that he is taking care of the Satyagraha movement, claiming that all the movement should happen through constitutional way, okay, through, you can say, British way, not in an Indian way. I don't know what Gandhi ji was doing Indian way, okay, because the way these Indian National Congress people were continuing, it never feels like it was a chasing of two Britishers. They wanted to chase them. It looks like they were trying to train themselves with a democratic system. This is what it looks more. So there is a rift between Annie Besant and Mahatma Gandhi, the way he was conducting the Satyagraha movement. But anyway, she lost focus slowly in the Indian home rule movement, the way she is claiming, and then she focused more on the woman woman empowerment in India or something like that. So she kind of became activist or member in the women empowerment committees, and this is how she spent more time. But there is another thing that can be considered here. In 1926, she drafted a Commonwealth Bill. Commonwealth Bill. in the Parliament of United Kingdom. Means India should be considered as Commonwealth. India should be considered as Commonwealth, and that bill was presented in United Kingdom Parliament. Even though means the bill could not proceed much, but see the intention. Commonwealth is a kind of group of slave countries which were under the control of United Kingdom. So she is kind of promoting the Commonwealth attitude, Commonwealth status of India to the United Kingdom. Means how India should proceed from now on. So it should be considered as legal slave in future. Okay, sometimes he said that there should be committee in House of Commons. Then she become Theosophical Hindu, and then there should be committee who would beg in front of United Kingdom Parliament that country should be pardoned and there should be freedom, there should be home rule. Then she presenting the Commonwealth bill, so that India should also come under Commonwealth in the umbrella of United Kingdom. But anyway, this is the truth of Indian National Congress and their president. Okay, so Annie Besant looks like she remained in India, and she was president of Theosophic, Theosophical Society. Okay, Theosophical Society based in Madras. Okay, so this is the concept that we are pursuing, that Indian National Congress, they chased British. I don't know how they become theosophical, in a sense that means what is the idea behind it? I did not understand. When you are demotivating Indians, you are thinking that Indians should remain slave only and all control should be in Indian. That what fake you are trying to become, a Hinduism or Buddhism? I don't know. Means how things proceeded, I don't know. It never looks like there is a freedom movement anytime it happened. India has really received freedom. India really changed British. India has its own rule and regulation, and everything is based upon its own culture. The way Indian National Congress they are going to the people, and the way they are saying, is it happening like this? If it is not like this, then it is much more dangerous than Britishers were ruling the country.